Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Learn with Aisha. So today I have come up with a topic called sense organs. As you might have studied about these sense organs in your previous early classes as during your primary or high school level. But in this class we are going to go in detail about the each sense organs along with the vertical section of the eye, ear, nose, tongue and skin. So let us move to the first one, that is the eye. So eye is the also called as the photoreceptors, the major sense organ in our body is the eye, skin, ears, tongue, nose and skin, which are sensitive to light, sound, taste, smell and touch respectively. This sensation is perceived by these sensory cells located in this organs. Such sensory cells are called as the photoreceptors or even the receptors. As you can see here, the definition of sense organ: the sensation is perceived by the sensory cells located in this organ. Such sensory cells are called as receptor, and this receptor is taken by the help of the stimulus, by each stimulus. So what is stimulus now? Stimulus is nothing but a physical change in light, temperature, pressure, chemicals, environment which exists the receptors and produce a reaction or a response in the living organisms. Stimuli might be a mechanical stimuli produced by touch or pressure, or chemical stimuli caused by the taste, smell, or thermal stimuli caused by the heat, cold, or even light stimuli by sound. So here are some of the stimulus with particular receptor and the sense organs involved, such as light, photoreceptors, eyes; sound, acoustic receptors, ears; smell, olfactoreceptors, nose; taste, chemoreceptor and the tongue; touch, that is the mechanoreceptors, which is usually by the skin. So here you can see the vertical section of the human eye. Vertical section of the human eye. As you can just see the structure, if I little bit zoom section, I have given some numbers, labeling as the numbers, where you can see here each number has a particular name. So here we are going to study about the structure of the eyeball. This is the eyeball. So before we go detail, just a small introduction about the photoreceptors. A pair of eye which is provided for us is the sense of sight that detect the light and form the image of the surrounding object. So the accessory structure associated with eye are eyebrows. We have eyebrows, eyelid, eyelashes and the tear gland. So what is eyebrows? Are the two arched and rise prominent portion of skin above the eye. They are thickly covered with a coarse hairs and richly supplied with sebaceous gland. They protect the eye from precipitation, perception and direct sun rays. And eyelid are movable, foldable of skin. The upper and the lower eyelid protect the outer surface of each eye and can be shut out the light, protecting it from the excessive light and from the foreign particles such as dust. This eyelid blink every few seconds and separate liberating secretion over the eyeball and clean the dust from the cornea. So the eyelash, each eyelash carries with the outer ray and eyelash. This prevent the falling of particles into these eyes. So let us come to the main, that is the vertical section of the human eye. That is the section of the human eye, one by one detail and its particular function. What does it performs? So first one is, as you can see here, is the sclerotic. Sclerotic is also called as scleria. It is the outermost layer. It is the outermost white layer of the eyeball. It forms very thick, rough non-elastic and opaque capsule surrounding the eyeball except in the region of the iris this, and it form a fibrous connective tissue. It protect the eyeball and maintain its shape and forms. So the second one is cornea, which is the on the exposed of 6 part of the eyeball. Here this is the eyeball, a sclerotic form of non-vascular, transparent and fibrous coated called cornea. Yeah, and this conjunctivitis, this is the last one is the conjunctiva. This is the major in the middle layer of the eyeball. This is the middle layer of the eyeball. It is thin, vascular and deeply pigmented and completely close the orbit except in the corneal region, near the region, and form a connective tissue with the muscular, fibrous and pigment cells this side. And this cornoid is being reduced in a single layer of transparent epithelial over the cornea. Next is the third one, is the retina. The retina, as you can see, the third one is retina, which is this is the pink color, which is the retina. It is the innermost and sensory layer of the eyeball, formed of photoreceptor cells called rods and cones. The bipolar nerve, this is a bipolar nerve. Rod and cones are contain light sensitive pigment formed from vitamin A. Rod contains pigment rhodopsin and function is the dim light and does not respond to the color. Whenever it is the dark condition, it does not respond to the color. They form a black and white image. This cones contain pigment iridopsin and function is in bright light. They are associated with the color vision. So these two are the rods and cones which are associated with a particular pigment. The fourth one is the vitreous humor, which is nothing but the used for every eye layer. Vitreous humor is mostly used for all the maintained shape of the eyeball and prevent the collapsing of eyeball, hold retina against the cornoid. So, and the fifth one, folia centrales. This folia central makes the acute vision possible for the eyeball to be discussed. Then the blind spot. Blind spot is usually an yellow spot. It is the area of the best vision, the blind spot. Seventh one, that is the sixth one. It is the blind spot, or it is the best area of vision, and it is also called as area centrals. Else it lies in the optic axis of the eye in the retina, and in this region the cones are concentrated in the center and the rod on the peripheral. Because of the highest concentration can be achieved here of the cones, which may be highest as possible as high 150,000 millimeter square in humans. It is the region of highest visual activity can be achieved in the blind spot. Next is the optic nerve. Optic nerve is nothing but which transfer the electric impulse from eye to the brain. So the next one is the sensory ligament. Eighth one is the sensory ligament. As you can see, there is a small part of yellow here. This is the sensory ligament. This sensory ligament can be used for the protection and as well as from the support to the eye. And the third one, ninth one is the ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles These are the hold the lens in a piece and help for the accommodation of the object. Next is the iris. Iris is may regulate the amount of light entering into the entering into the eye. So that means it measures how much the light has been observed, has been coming enter into the eye. The next one is the lenses. As you know, lenses are mostly for the reflecting and focusing the light rays of the particular image. Then pupil admit the light into the eyes. That means it help the light to enter into the eye. Next is the cornea. Cornea is nothing but it receive colored image. As we studied in the retina, it receive the color vision of the image, and it help in the sixth part of the eyeball, where they form a non-vascular and transparent and fibrous tissue coated. Next is the aqueous humor. Aqueous humor is mostly used for keeping the lens moist and protect it from any mechanical shock, as well as for any mechanical season. As you can see, here are the almost 15 parts of the eye where it has particular function to be performed, where we can read one by one so that we will have a good touch up. For example, lens. So lens help in the refract and focus the light rays. Cornea reflect light rays and protect the lens. Iris regulate amount of light entering into the eye. Pupil admit the light into the eye. Choroid observe light rays. Sclera protect and support the eyeball. Ciliary bodies hold the lens in a piece and help for the accommodation. Retina contain receptors for receiving impulses produced by this light. And aqueous humors keep lens moist and protected from the mechanical shock. Vitreous maintain the shape of the eyeball, and fovea centrals makes the acute vision possible, and optic nerve transmit the impulse from eye to the brain. And rods and cones, which are formed by this associated formed by the retina, associated with black and white vision and perceive the colored image possible. So once this is over, you will be able to know how these images are formed. The image of the eye. How does this image of the human eye can be formed? Human eye is work like a camera. So how does this happens? The light rays. When a human eye work like a camera, the light rays are reflected by the cornea, aqueous humorous, and the lens of vitreous falls the image on the retina, and the image forms on the retina is very real, inverted, and very small. The muscles of the eyeball move the image in such a way that it makes the image fall right on the fovea, and the vision is very distinct and sharp. And this helps the sensitive light to falls and receive the reflective rays and stimulated by this photochemical reaction. This reaction cells convert the cells into stimulation into the electric impulse, and this electric impulse travel along the optic nerve and reach the vision center of the cerebral cortex, which is found in the midbrain, and interrupt the image so that they are able to form an upright impression of the object in the brain. So the brain get the signals through these optic nerves. So how does this eye adapt to bright and dim light? that is due to the dark adaptation and the bright adaptation. Dark adaptation takes place by the regeneration of visual purple, where the pigment present in the rods which breaks down due to the bright light and dilation of pupil permission more light to enter into the eyeball, such as you can see in this structure of this image. Just a moment. Okay, so here I can just show you how this forms. And then the bright, where the here is the in the dark adaptation where the regeneration of visual, whereas in bright it is the degeneration of visual purple of the rod is blenched, reducing, and hence the purple constrict to reduce the amount of light enter into the eyes, and this makes the partial closure of the eyelid in darkening the light and also reduce the amount of light entering into these eyes. So main here the focus where they can take place into this effective. So let us stop till here, where you can see if there are some few of the eyes defect. That means there is some defect where I can have few problems which can be taken into the further class. Then my further slides will be based on the eye defects. As you can mention here, there are 9 eyes defect which has been come across myopia exams, etc. So in next class we are going to discuss about detail about this eye defects and what are the reasons behind this defects and what are the precautions can be taken in order to overcome this or to protect from this. So thank you for this watching and giving the support which you people have shown me. Thank you. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel and give your comments and your valuable comments in the comment box. So see you soon in the next class with the eyes defect.